Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the February 2024 reading for the zodiac sign of Gemini. Welcome, fellow Geminis. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go ahead and get into it. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at kind of big messages, big things coming for February. Column number 2, we're going to do anything related to money. We'll also do a love column, and in the 4th and final column, we're going to do a message for our future self or spirit guides. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you, Gemini. But let's get to it. Again, column number 1, kind of big things coming for February. We have the summary affirmation card of stretch. So stretch is pretty literal here, Gemini. It's like doing that little extra to get done what you want to get done. That little extra oomph, that little extra motivation, that little extra push, that little extra reach or stretch to get done what we need or want to get done. Let's see what messages we've got going on here, though. Interesting. So I actually think there's 2 messages here, but let's read through them. So first up, I do think there's something we're letting go of and we're moving on from. I feel like we're just moving past something. Could be an idea, a belief, something we wanted. I do feel like we're moving past, but then there is something else we're still stretching or reaching for. So I feel like we've moved past or letting go of something in these next few weeks or month. We're getting clear on exactly what it is we want. With the Hermit, we go in for clarity. The light in the lantern is the light within you, Gemini. This is about spiritual illumination. It's about being on your quest for personal truth. All of those type of things, making sure you're on your living your life's path, living your life's purpose. So a little bit of almost like soul searching happening here. And then this is what we're pushing for. This is what we're stretching for. And I love to see, because I do feel like this is success here. With the 3 of Cups, this is celebration. This is success. This is also some support as we reach, push, stretch for this thing that we really want. So that's great to see here, Gemini. But kind of twofold. It's like there's something that we're moving on from, and then there's something we're still going after here. Let's take a look at our clarifiers and see what other messages I can give you. First up, we have the 2 of Cups. Anytime we have the 2 of Cups, well, this is a love card, typically. Partnership, strength together, deep love, relationships, engagement, marriage, those type of things. But more than anything here, Gemini, I feel like we're like getting support from a loved one, or like validation or confirmation of this thing that we're letting go of. So that was kind of a long way. I wanted to make sure I said that correctly, or kind of saw what I was seeing. So it's like as we move forward, it's like we found comfort or agreement or support in this relationship. That it was like, yeah, this is something to move away from. The next card that we have is the Ace of Wands. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. With the case of Ace of Wands, this is typically new project, new inspiration, new urge to create. Again, there's something we're moving away from, there's something we're letting go of, but there is this new thing that we are interested in, that we're engaged in, that we want to be a part of, that we want to push for here. So this is good to see. Again, we're focused, and now we're re-engaged, we're really inspired, we're really motivated here. At the bottom, we have the Chariot. Somebody once described the Chariot to me as the vroom vroom card. It's action, it's change, it's about being on this journey. And I feel like that's broader. I mean, that's moving away from the thing that we no longer want to pursue. That's focusing in and taking action, making progress on the things that we do want with the Chariot. This also could be getting a new vehicle as well for some of you. Taking a look at our next column, anything related to money. So quick money affirmation card here. I created blank amount of money this month. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, whatever you associate with money. So first up we have the Temperance card. This is a card of balance and harmony. I like to see this. I feel like maybe work has been really slow for you, Gemini, or really busy, but this is like kind of bringing some balance into play. And I like it. It's going to maybe get busier for some, slower for some, but there's this nice moderation, this nice balance, this nice harmony. The next card we have is the Three of Swords. I do feel like something's going to change. And I don't know that you're going to have bad feelings towards it, but maybe initially. I feel like there's some strong feelings coming up here. Like I said, there's still balance, there's still harmony, there's still moderation. That's good. But something is changing, and I think it's maybe bringing forward some feelings of like not being so sure, or maybe not liking the change, or maybe not exactly wanting what's happening. And we're seeing that with the Death card. At the bottom here we have the Death card. The Death card, of course, doesn't mean death, but it is change, transformation, moving on to something new. So there is some sort of shift coming here. It's going to be good. It's going to bring the balance. It's going to bring the harmony. But it maybe is like not something you entirely love here. It does get better, though. I like to see those clarifiers. First up, we have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card. I could see some of you like wanting to fight for what you had. So it is a feeling, this is almost like kind of self-defense or feeling defensive, or there being competition. So it's like, I feel like we wanted more of what we had. We wanted that kind of more of the same. However, it does shift. Things seem to ease up. Things seem to get better here, Gemini. We have the Star card, which is renewal, hope, inner clarity. So initially we're like not feeling the best about what this change is, what it holds for us. But energies are going to renew. I think we're going to be really happy here. Again, with the Star card, it's such a positive lift. So I would just kind of let this run its course, give things a few weeks as we navigate this change. At the bottom, and it actually ends up being really beneficial for you. Here we have the Nine of Pentacles. This is a card of luxury, self-sufficiency, financial gains. So really, again, things picking up for you. We're enjoying here. There's luxury here. And it actually seems like there's more money here too, which is good given we're talking money here in our money column, Gemini. So ride the wave here. Give it a little bit of time is my advice. Moving on to our next column now, let's talk about anything related to love. It says, when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those that you love. In this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever we associate with love. All right, first and foremost, we have the Judgment card. The Judgment card is a card that's always favorable for you, Gemini. I think we're finding out information on something, but I feel like there's some give and take. There's some balance happening here. So whatever this information is that we find out, it triggers this kind of like balancing act between you and a loved one or a friend. Like we have the Two of Swords next, which is a card of compromise. I feel like compromise could be a kind of a strong word, but it is just that. It's like we have to strike this fine balance. We have to come to a compromise. We have to come to a mutual agreement, and we have to give a little and take a little to get there. That same message is coming through with the Six of Pentacles here at the bottom. Again, this is giving or receiving, and we have to do a little bit of both. So again, I feel like this ends up being favorable for you, but we're finding out news of something, and we have to play this balancing act. We have to give a little. We have to take a little. We have to compromise. We have to come to an agreement on whatever this is, Gemini. It's a partnership and a relationship here. Taking a look at our clarifiers, first up we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is a card of being very nurturing, being very supportive. Those are some of those things that we have to do in a relationship. Again, we have to give a little, we have to take a little. I do tell you with the Judgment card, this is favorable for you. So I do feel like you come out on top here, Gemini, and I feel like I see that if you look at the cup on this card, it's more of a trophy than a cup. So I feel like it's fair to say you come out on top here as well. The next card we have is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords, you kind of just have to do this. This is like necessary transition. There's no other time. There's not really any other options. So we're working with what we have when we have it. At the bottom, we have the Queen of Pentacles. This is a card of resources. This is like time, money, energy. Again, we have to kind of barter here. We have to trade. We have to exchange. So there could be some exchanging of resources potentially. It's where you're mutually agreeing together to put resources. The Queen of Pentacles is also very domestic, so it is like a strong, healthy relationship. There's a lot of love here. There's a lot of desire to work together to get through whatever this situation is. So a little give and take. Fourth and final column now here, Gemini, a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the summary affirmation card of consistency. I always like to say consistency is key. So there's something we have to push on, something we have to continue to do here to accomplish what we want. We need some consistency. So first up, we have the Lovers card. Of course, this can be a card of love, but if I'm hearing correctly, anytime we have two of something on a card, this is a decision. So the message I'm getting here is this is more about the decision. And there's an opportunity here for us. We have the Ace of Wands. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. So this is new inspiration, new urge to create, new project. This is something we want to go after. We need to make the decision to go after it, but then once we're there, we need to be consistent with it. We really have to go after it here, Gemini. But if you go after it, it'll definitely be worthwhile. We have the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom. Again, this is luxury. This is enjoyment. We talked about the Nine of Pentacles earlier. These are the gains that you want to get. So whatever it is that you want from this opportunity, it's here. We have to make the decision to go after it, and then we have to make the decision to stay consistent with it, Gemini. Let's take a look at our clarifiers and see what other messages I can give you here. The Tower card is up first. We have our Tower moments. I always tell people it's like things didn't go as planned. Maybe you plan for A, B, C, and D, E, F ends up happening here, Gemini. So I do think that that's part of the decision, because maybe this is coming in a different form. Maybe this is coming in a different time than we wanted it to be. So we need to assess the situation because it's different than we thought it would be. And then that decision to pursue. I feel like you could feel a little bit discouraged or feeling a little bit low about it because, again, it is coming with the Tower card. It's presenting in a different way than you thought it would. But I feel like there's so much potential here. Again, we still get the gains that we want, Gemini. At the bottom, we have the Nine of Wands, the persistent card. That's like synonym to consistency. So again, we have to decide to go after this, stay persistent, and really, truly go after it, knowing that it looks a little bit different, but we're still going to get the gains that we want. All right, at this time, we're going to take a look at our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. If you don't have questions in mind, you can pause the video here and think of them. But question number 1, we have the Queen of Hearts, number 23 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2, we have the Jack of Spades, number 52 card. That's also going to be a yes. And question number 3, we have the Three of Hearts, number 1 card, also a yes. Woo! Yeses across the board there, Gemini. We're also going to take a look at our Healing Stones deck. This is a crystal to keep with you through the month of February. You have Rock Crystal, which is good for, or like clear quartz, good for clarity, purity, energy, doing things your own way. Really gives you some aim in life too, focusing on those things you want. Last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your Healing Note says, what we have once enjoyed, we can never lose. All that we love deeply becomes part of us. Thank you so much, Gemini, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Gemini, and I hope you have a fabulous February.